Hello friends, I welcome you to my channel Movie Recap in English. So let's start. The name of the movie. Minions. At the beginning of the movie, we see that the minions are told that they were born underwater. Seeing a big thing, these minions start going after it. The minions have a habit of following after seeing something big. Seeing the minions grew more and more. While chasing the fish, these minions had come out of the water, i.e. on land. Minions came not today but centuries ago. That was the time of dinosaurs. A dinosaur comes and kills their fish boss. After that, all the minions start considering the dinosaur as their boss. After which the centuries now progress. Now the minions had changed their bosses differently, i.e. primitive humans, but are not able to follow them too well, but when a big bear comes in front of them, then the minions should have saved that man. That bear eats that man. That is, again the minions could not choose their boss. Minions had been changing their boss for different centuries. Once they made their boss Dracula. Once he opened the window curtains in front of Dracula. Due to sunlight, Dracula dies there. After a long distance, all the minions form a group and reach a snowy place where they find the cave, but they were safe due to living in the cave. But they did not have any leader. They played in the cave for many years. They formed their own community. Gradually the excitement goes away from their lives. They were missing something or the other. Then 1 million of these, whose name was Kevin, thinks that he will definitely do something for his minions. He will come to find a boss, after which he will volunteer some minions for himself. Calls to come. A little minion whose name was Bob. He comes ahead. Now he feels that we will not be able to help, so he chooses another volunteer. By mistake there is a minion named Stuart who had no idea what was happening. He comes forward, after which now Kevin Bob boss goes out to break fall. These minions get a big ship underwater. Only after that they travel on it, after reaching a city. It was just the first time that Million had to drop himself. After changing 2 or 4 clothes, in the final he gets his traditional dress. This is from the dress that is still famous for the minions. Bob could see the food there, while Pay Stewart was liking the guitar. These people wander to a mall, where again after the separation of the 3 by the time they meet together, it was night, so they think of staying there for the night. And the TV kept there for its own entertainment, and the showcase placed there would sit comfortably on its bed. Stewart shakes the entire cable as there is no network. After which a channel gets started and a serial was coming in it. There the villains were being told. Here a girl named Scarlet is introduced, who is the most dangerous villain ever. When these minions see Scarlet, they think we need her boss, but Scarlet's show was happening inside Orlando right now. These minions ask everyone the way to Orlando. Highway also sees a boy holding the New York tag in his hand. Then the minions think that they too have to do something. Then these Orlando stickers would stand up, and after that a car had stopped to give a lift. Even the family sitting in the car does not understand which creature is. But still, if you look very cute, G definitely gives a lift to the front. It is also known to go some distance ahead. This family of minions is a complete family of thieves. These people robbed a bank, after which many policemen followed the family. It's gone. Then here, by mistake, a big gun comes in the hand of the border steward, which will help the policeman. The car goes. A huge tank falls and one car after another fails. The minions family had gone a long way, after which this family would thank the minions. What? Had it not been for you today, the police would have caught us. On the other hand, where all the minions were inside the cave, they had a large white bear comes. These minions now make him their boss. On the other hand, the family was also going to Orlando, and they were also going to see the same show. Where all the villains were going to come. Minions also take entry with them. Here we see that those people who were registering themselves at the reception, who call themselves villains. Here the minions see very bad guys and think that we make them all our bosses, and after that the show starts. Where Scarlet comes out. When they see Scarlet, the minions go crazy and think she must be our boss. Scarlet had a diamond in her hand. Scarlet says that I have done so much work till now, but now I need people. Whoever takes the diamond from my hand, I will keep them with me. By the hand of the worst villain Skoland, sitting one after the other. To get that diamond try, but no one is successful in this. Millions also get caught in the middle of all this running. When Scarlet has thrown so many people, she had a teddy bear in her hand, not a diamond. And the same diamond is accidentally caught in the hands of the minions, where Scarlet makes these minions as her employees. The life of these minions was changed, after which Bob, Stuart and Cabin were about to reach the castle by sitting in her private chat. On the other hand, all the minions sitting inside the cave try to please the white bear. But by mistake one beer is hit, due to which all the beers flare up. After coming to the castle, Scarlet goes to kill all the minions with her husband's hand. Meets. Where Pei also shows the minions how much she has stolen so far. She had a lot of money and all the jewelry in the world, but still there was only one dream left. She had to be the queen here because the first queen was hit on her head. The crown Scarlet needed on her head. Scarlet puts a condition in front of these minions and says that if you guys give me the crown, it means that your job is confirmed. On the other hand, all the minions living in the cave were out because they were from Bear. Were you saving your life? Scarlet and Hup take the minions to her lab, where we've done a good job. There was a lot of investment. Where Pei HP gives everyone a gadget. Gives stitching ends to Bob, gives Kevin a lava gun, and so on. Also Stuart gives some hypnotized cap. When it was night, when they were all tired, it was time for them to sleep. So Bob here at Scarlet, will you tell us a story? So Scarlet comes over here and tells a very scary story. He meant to say that this Scarlet had kept 3 cats and the cats did not work. Scarlet had eaten all 3 of those cats. Bob had fallen asleep listening to the story. But Kevin and Stuart understood that if she didn't do Scarlet's job, she will kill. The next day the minions were about to reach inside the castle, which was going to get the same crowd, but they can't enter there. For this reason, try to go inside wearing a girl's clothes and reach a pro-weighted area. There they get guards. But Stuart hypnotizes all these guards with his cap. Now that these guards were dancing here, the minions wanted to reach high enough with the help of the state where the crown was in front of their eyes. But there was another guard for the safety of the crown. Seeing the condition of that guard, the minions do not stop laughing. But in no time the crown was about to go back to its place. Minions had also reached the bottom of the seat on top of this capsule. Here Bob started going far ahead with the help of his stitching. At the same time, Kevin and Stuart started chasing Queen. The Queen also makes all efforts to save the crown here. Bob runs to here because there were many guards behind him. Accidentally he reaches a stone where the same sword is found and takes out the sword from there. Only then all the people standing here bow down in front of Bob. Where it was wanted that the one who can take out the sword from the stone will be able to become the next king. This thing had also come on the news that Bob is being made the new king. This Scarlet sees the news and she thinks that the minions have cheated on Scarlet. On the other hand, all the other minion army had to travel now. Because the cabin had called the minions army and told that they were inside Orlando. Bob was crowned now when he had got the crown and became king. If so, then his life had become very good. These minions do a lot of here, have a lot of fun. But their enjoyment was over after a while because now Scarlet had reached here. The minions are here trying to convince Scarlet that we didn't deceive you, but Scarlet doesn't listen and tells Minion that you cheated me. I wanted to be queen. I would have been crowned, but you were the opposite of it? These minions have to make Scarlet the queen here to save their lives. Scarlet tells the minions here that I will not accomplish anything with you, you are in this room. Stay in and so can your minions army. But inside, Scarlet had locked these 3 minions in a room. Here was Hup to torture these 3 minions, but Hup to the minions can't even torture. These minions were stretchable. Nothing was affecting them. After that, now even Hap starts having fun with the minions, and gets a lot of picture clicks. Sometimes a million of these find a way out. Here on the other hand, Scarlet was about to make her own new dress, and with this her hairstyle too. We learn that Scarlet's entire dress had weapons embedded inside. Here the minions find a way to the other side, where in front of their eyes castle was. But these minions could not go through the door, that's why these people adopt another id. It was there that Scarlet was destined to become a poet. The minions reach the highest place here, but only then they are disturbed by a single beep. Starts doing. Then accidentally 2 minions hang on top of a chandelier. If they go right then their wall starts opening, and if they want life then it starts closing from back. The minion standing far away was saying that take care of yourself. Here, as this Scarlet was about to be crowned, That's when she falls under the chandelier. Everyone thinks Scarlet got killed. But then Scarlet blows up the chandelier with the weapon inside her dress and comes out in front of everyone. Now she was not going to leave the minion alive at all. She puts all her villains behind the minions. All three of these minions part ways to save their lives. After which Bob and Stuart are caught, but the cabin escapes from there. At the same time we see that the army of minions had also reached this whistle. Kevin also wants to ask old Coffin for help. Where the Queen says, "I know Scarlet is going to be a poet, I don't care." Kevin arrives at Scarlet's old house to save his own life, at the same time inside Hup's lab where so many gadgets were kept, and so on. There was also a machine inside which work was yet to be done. By mistake, Coffin goes inside it and presses every button on which it was written that never press this button. Suddenly, the whole machine explodes and the whole reaction is on Kevin. Kevin wants to go upstairs to destroy Scarlet's house because Kevin has now become a huge giant creature. Here's where Scarlet, Bob and the student were about to fly, then this pie Kevin wants to reach. It's here that Kevin saves Bob and Stuart's lives. Here on the other side the other minion army also gets the sound of the cabin and that the whole minion army comes out outside. Here Scarlet makes a big weapon which she shoots over the cabin. And she herself was about to fly, but then Kevin catches this pie Scarlet and eats the missile from that big one. All the minions were happy to meet each other at first, but when they come to know that there has been a huge blast above, inside which the cabin has given its life. Everyone who gave his life to save all of us starts feeling very sad. All the minions start crying. Only then we see that the cabin has survived here and he had reached the bottom by making a parachute of his dress. All the million become very happy with the cabin of the mill. The next day when the old queen was still, she was given her crown again. Bob and Stuart were called in to pay good prices because they saved the entire city. Bob is given a small crown here. Stuart is given a guitar for his teddy bear. Student plays guitar a lot, liked it. After this, when the turn of the cabin comes, a small gift is given to the cabin. Everyone laughed loudly at this joke because Kevin should have got a nice gift. After which the cabin gets the same sword. Everyone was happy here. But then the queen says, "Where did my crown go?" We see that again Scarlet and Hup come to steal this crown. But this time both of them are frozen. So who made these two free after all? These minions were wondering who must have done this. It is then revealed that the small crew has done this work. Even at such a young age, the crew had a good left and a freezing machine too. As soon as the minion saw the crew at first sight, they had considered him as their boss. Now all the minions start going after the crew. The post-credits scene shows that the crew doesn't like minions at first. But slowly Brune had adopted these minions, and with this the movie ends.